back there. It's a new opportunity for students at the University of Toledo. The school just received state approval for its first ever bachelor's degree in materials science. This afternoon, we have Dr. Nikolas Podraza here with us so we can learn a little bit more about this program. Thanks for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Okay, first of all, what exactly is materials science?
Okay, so materials science is understanding how the different components of different things work. So you take something like your cell phone, okay?
Okay.
There's the semiconductors in it that, have the computer chips and make the actual device work. But there's also, the glass that makes up, the touch screen. And, for people like me who drop it all the time, you buy the case, that prevents it from really breaking. So the properties of each part of it, determine how well it works. Okay. So materials science really studies how you make the materials to do the right job.
Wow, and we're developing phones and things all the time, aren't we? So this is a new program starting next fall for incoming students. But why did you all decide that this was a program that the University of Toledo needed?
Okay, so this really came about because the University of Toledo has a long-standing success in materials science. Recently, the U.S. News and World Report ranked us among the top quarter of schools globally in this area, but we haven't had a materials science degree until now. A big part of it too is, the industry in the region, the glass and solar industries, and some of that is based on our previous success with the Wright Center for Photovoltaics Innovation and Commercialization at the university, helping solar. Now the Northwest Ohio Innovation Consortium Glass Innovation Hub, which we're involved with along with other academic partners like Bowling Green and Owens. So it's the right time to really develop this program to kind of train the students for the jobs that they're going to need, that the industry needs in the area. Right,
it seems like it makes sense. We do want the students to be set up for a job once they graduate. So talk a little bit about some of those in-demand jobs that the students may be able to use with a degree like this.
Okay, so this is where it's fun because material scientists can work anywhere from the production line, so things are being mass produced, and down to research and development labs for like the next generation jobs, next generation technologies. So people are employed as material scientists and all different kinds of flavors, like electronic materials, biomaterials, materials chemistry, computational materials science. There's a whole list I have written down. But also other jobs like metallurgists, ceramic engineers, polymer scientists, depending on what you study. There's just a whole range of jobs that are out there that are really to meet the demands of industry.
Yeah, how cool would that be to be on the front lines of being like, this is the next generation of this product? That's really cool. So talk a little bit about what the program is going to look like for students. What types of classes are they going to be doing?
Okay, so there's a strong foundation in hard sciences, math, chemistry, physics. And and then afterwards, getting the core together, they'll take classes that are more geared toward the material science aspects, and those will be other classes in the College of Natural Sciences and Mathematics, and also the College of Engineering. So you can specialize for exactly what you want to be studying.
Cool. Yeah, and I imagine they'll be able to get their hands in there and get working on things?
So there's a lot of laboratory courses that are already built into the program exactly to get people's hands dirty, to get them doing the things they'll actually work on. And the program itself has undergraduate research built in there, as well as internships with industry. So students can work on cutting edge new stuff being developed at our university, but then also apply it in industry settings too. So it's a really great, it's a really flexible program to give the students everything they kind of need to move on to their future careers.
Big opportunities. Those internships are always really important for that sort of thing. What kind of a student are you looking for a career in materials science?
They really have to be curious. They want to understand how things work, and they want to understand how to fix things too. Because in a lot of material science problems, it's developing how things should behave, how the product is supposed to work. But it's also understanding what went wrong in a production line. Why is this piece of paper that's being produced different than the millions of other ones? So that's where you have to have a curiosity, and you want to understand how exactly things work, even down to the individual parts.
Yeah, why did that not work the way that it was supposed to?
Exactly.
Curious minds. Yeah.
Yep. And I mean, these are problems that industry has. I mean, they wish they didn't.
Right.
But I mean, when you look at, the glass production in the region, there's so much produced every day. First Solar, the solar, I mean, there's these are all consumer products, and they all have stringent demands by their customers as to what they're supposed to work, how their things are supposed to work.
So this could be a great new opportunity. Maybe you have a student who's a senior this year or thinking about graduating soon, or you said some existing students can double major starting in the spring.
Yep. We also have undergraduate and graduate certificate programs in material science for people who are looking to, add on these credentials and, see where it takes them.
Very cool. All right, adapting to the demand out there. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you very much for having me.